I was there for 3 months. My life was at its bottom, right? Like no one goes into rehab with things going okay. Usually things have hit the fan and that's why you're there, So that was my situation. And it was terrible, coming off opiates, worst I've ever felt, on top of getting COVID while I was coming off opiates. I thought I was going to die. It was like one of those, so much physical pain that I can remember thinking, I never want to feel this again kind of thing. And maybe that's why it was so bad. But I ended up going back because, that's where I learned pickleball. That's where I learned, it turned my life around. I came out of there and started doing stuff on Instagram. And ever since then, the rest is history. And to think about what all pickleball alone has provided for me since I've been there, where I learned it, at this rehab where my life was falling apart, and then come out and to be able to take that and then really do something impactful with it. So I'd always wanted to, I went back and visited over Christmas, maybe last year, and took like 50 pickleball paddles from the company that sponsors me, Valair, and donated them to the rehab and just walked around and toured it. And it was kind of like similar, going back when you're sober and it's, turn your life around and going and visiting that place where you were just broken and just not, everything was falling apart.
Like,
it was a completely different experience, and then going and visiting, like knowing that I get to drive my own vehicle and leave there too, whenever I get done, was crazy. Because when you're there, you're there. So it just made me appreciate, everything that I had been through, and then just going through those feelings of like how hopeless I felt when I first got here and all that stuff. And then to come back and see how far it's taken me. And then I got to meet guys that were in the program that I had gone through and all that kind of stuff, and talk with them. And, they talk about, they have their own struggles going on. They're in that place and they're in that mindset that I was at, a lot of them, so it was cool to be able to just go and meet with them and talk with them and really say, hey, look, it can get a lot better than this, So
I think it's important, man.
Yeah.
I think what we're talking about here, like, because like I went back to that beach intentionally.
Yeah.
To reflect upon like that part of my life. And you went back to that rehab intentionally.
Right.
To not only to pour into them and but I imagine
I
to reflect upon
that
part of your life. And I think it's important, man. There's another weird thing, and you guys let me know here in a minute if you have had an experience like that. But while I was there on that beach, there was this weird sense that like there was some part of me that like stayed there.
Mm-hmm.
Like that. I don't know
creepy.
what that even is supposed to mean or
yeah.
But like there's some part of me in some weird way that will always belong to that little spot.
Oh, for sure.
You know?
Yeah.
Weird, dude. I'm telling you.
That's wild.
I don't know. Like one of the guys from First Form that was out filming, he was like, oh, like, was there any like weird energy out there on that beach? And I was like, yeah, it's dark.
Yeah.
It's if you wanted to describe the feeling out there, and maybe nobody else can feel it.
Yeah.
And maybe it's my own mind, creating that feeling, but it's like there's this dark energy there because there's so much pain. And, like so much fear. And so that it's like, it's almost like it's like embedded in the sand somewhere.
Yeah.
Dude. It was wild.
Dang.
But what about you guys?
Me specifically, I can't say that I've like ever had somewhere I just wanted to revisit, just to see what it was like or reminisce. But at the end of last summer, me and my nephew G, we was riding our bikes, and we come up to the barn where two of my dear friends that I loved to death hang out every night. That I used to hang out with them constantly and drink every night. And we come rolling up there on our bicycles, and they're, look at y'all in these shorts, and aggravating us and talking about, dang, you've lost a lot of weight, and talking about what we do here at 307. And we was back to hanging out at the barn, you know what I mean? And I was sitting on the flatbed, and then one of them opened the refrigerator and he's like, man, have you seen this Crown Royal Blackberry? And just right when he said that, it was just, bam, I don't belong here. And both those dudes, I just love them to death. And I have met at that barn and hopped in one of them's truck, and we've taken off and rode out and went hunting and come back. But I'd never hung out there since I quit drinking. Like, went to meet the guys and it was just so weird that I come up and we started hanging out, and then 30 minutes later, like, I couldn't get out of there quick enough, and I know it probably, I haven't talked to them about it, but I know it probably seems weird to them that I was just like, all right, dude, we're out of here. Cause we hadn't really caught up or reminisced on anything probably since I started working here. So at that time, it'd probably been about 8 months. And I just shagged tail on them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm. So you had a kind of a similar experience of feeling like, I don't belong here anymore.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
this isn't my lifestyle anymore.
Yeah.
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 Have you
Cool,
been back
man.
to your pawpaw's land
No,
as an adult?
No, I haven't. They sold it, and
Before it was
yeah,
gone
Yeah.
or whatever, you didn't get to see it.
right. No.
I mean, that would be like a place for
Right.
you where you grew up, and
Yeah, absolutely.
I think it's weird as a kid, things seem so much bigger and different. We used to hunt the 40 acres, and I just remember those fields being huge.
Yeah.
And years later on, our family lives close to it, and we rode 4-wheelers through there, and I was like, this field is tiny. Like, I remember cutting this with lawnmowers and thinking, goodness, it's going to take us all day to cut this. And we cut the fields with lawnmowers. It was small enough,
Yeah.
And, then you have good memories and bad memories at places. And so I think, you go to those places and like the 40 acres, a part of you misses, like, you're part of life. Then it's like, man, if I could go back and be a kid here again and come camping and hunting, like, you kind of miss it. It's almost sad when you visit that and things have now grown up and, nobody's using it. The land's not maintained. But then other places you go, like probably the places you're like, I'm glad I'm not there anymore. Like, it's kind of cool to be back and maybe see that and maybe help people and see what they're at. But I'm glad I'm not in that place anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, both mine and Evan's, I think the places that we used for this example, there was good and bad in both in the place you revisited and in the place I revisited. It's like, for me, being back on that beach was like, I was like, this is where it all began.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
For me, this is where it all began, and you could essentially say the same thing.
Yeah. New
for
beginning.
that rehab.
Yeah, for sure.
You were like
100%. Yeah.
So there's good and bad.
Yeah.
I think a lot of it too, we see how much our perspective on things can influence the way we see things. Like, your perspective of that beach was like, this is where I'm at. Like, this is where my life is. And to you, it's like, that's really big. Like,
it seemed huge when you were in it. Yeah.
And now you're out of it and it's not your life. And it's just this little bitty spot. Like, oh, okay, it's just a couple miles and it's really kind of nasty and not that much to it. But then you back yourself out of that and you think about your perspective on other things and how that influences what it actually is to you.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess goes maybe some with the saying that, what do they say about, like, what you think about something is really your reality of it.
Yeah.
Because of how much it influences it. So it's interesting to
Yeah.
consider and look at things objectively, like take yourself out of it and say, well, really, what is this place that I'm in, even today in the current things that we're in?
Yeah. Yeah. That's right.
I just think that it's, for me, so I see so many people, and even myself, there have been so many parts of my past that, man, you've just tried to run from, and you weren't willing to talk about or unpack, or, I mean, I've lived that way for many, many years, and thankfully the Lord's led me to a place now that there isn't much of that left. I can tell my story, truthfully and completely as I can remember it, know. But I think that our past is extremely important, and even the ugly parts of it.
Yeah.
It's extremely important because it's all no matter how ugly it was, no matter how hard it was, every last bit of it has led me up to who I am today. Like, has brought me to the point that I am today.
Yeah.
And
all the failures and all of it.
Yeah, man. And
yeah.
But so many people live in just this prison of that they create for themselves by trying to hide from that stuff. And I think that it's a good exercise to intentionally, for me anyways, to go and revisit those places that are attached or were attached to my story and my past. And because it just makes you appreciate where you are today. It did me. It made me appreciate where I am today, who I have become by the grace of God.
Yeah.
And how far removed from that I am now, to the point that I didn't even feel like I belonged there anymore.
Was there a class going on when you visited the beach?
There were some guys out there on the beach,
like that were candidates.
Yeah, they were in buds. Yeah, I don't know.
So
what
I wonder
phase.
if that affected you too. You know,
well, so
seeing someone else go through it and then feeling like, ooh, out of respect, I don't belong.
Yeah, I wouldn't even go near them.
Right.
Like I could see them down the beach, but like I wouldn't even go near them.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, it's not because I couldn't have. I had my military ID, and I could have walked down there and watched them. You know, yeah, it was to the point that I was like, no, this isn't who I am anymore.
Yeah,
you know, which is.
Did it make you miss it? Was there a part of you that was like it was hard? Like
it did.
I wish I was back on a team right now.
No, and that's the confirmation. Like that's the confirmation.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Because when I got back from combat in Afghanistan, I didn't think anything about PTSD or anything like that, you know? And of course, PTSD looks like a lot of things I found out, you know? I mean, obviously I had trouble driving when I got back here because I did a lot of driving over there when I got injured. Driving was tough. And then that's a sign of PTSD, you know, when you come back and you're flying down the interstate and driving like you're in combat. But also I learned that when I got back from that, you know, maybe for the first year or two after being in the military and being deployed and everything, and then I would watch something. I remember the movie Lone Survivor came out, and I watched it, and the combat scenes in that are so lifelike, man. It's crazy.
Yeah.
You know, you can hear the whistle of a bullet and the crack, you know, when it hits a tree or something next to them. And it was just so lifelike. It made me miss that a little bit. And I kind of got a little scared because I was like, man, that was what, you know, that feeling and that adrenaline starts going. And you're like, I wish I was in that. It's like, who wishes that they were in a firefight right now?
Yeah.
You know, and I learned that was kind of a form of PTSD.
Yeah.
So I wonder if you had experienced that, you know, when you were standing on the beach and seeing it, if you had missed it, or if it had been long enough removed from it where you're processed.
Well, and to be honest with you, I don't think it had anything to do with the amount of time I have been removed from it. I think it has everything to do with my satisfaction in who I am today. Like my passion about what I am doing today and
good.
who I am today. Like, I
like what you're doing more now.
Exactly, man. Yeah. I think that if I wasn't so confident and satisfied in what the Lord has me doing today, then it wouldn't have mattered if I would have went to that beach 30 years from now.
Yeah.
But I had never really got to a place in my life where I felt like I'm really doing what I'm called to do. Yeah. My life is filled with purpose. If I would have never got there, like no amount of time would have gotten me to the point that I wouldn't have missed that old part of my life where it all began.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah.
So that was good confirmation for me to say, yeah, man,
good.
I'm where I need to be.
Yeah. That's awesome.
I'm where I need to be in life.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It was just such a cool experience, man. And I don't know if listeners, if you've ever done that before, but I highly recommend it as an exercise. And, you know, I've kind of done this intentionally throughout my life when I have the opportunity to. And Brooke and I even have a tour planned. And so this is something I do in my life, is revisit these places. And when our little black dog, Jada, when she finally passes away, we're going to have her cremated. And then we're going to go back up to Virginia where we had Jada when her and I first got married. And we're going to go back to all of Jada's old favorite places.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Like the Great Dismal Swamp and the Shenandoah National Park and all her favorite trails and Chicks Beach right there on Virginia. And the thing is, those are all Jada's favorite places because they were our favorite places.
Right. That's where you took Jada.
Yeah. So we have like this whole tour plan that'll probably be coming up here pretty soon because Jada's not long for this world anymore.
Right amount of money, it can be sooner than make a stop on the way out of here.
Well, I hope Brooke doesn't listen to this episode. Evan won't be welcome to the house anymore.
I've been trashing Brooke today. I talked about her truck. Taking her dog from you.
Yeah, man, I just think it's really cool to do that, and I'm looking forward to that trip when it comes. So
yeah, that'll be awesome.
I hope that encourages you guys to just think about, those places or those times or those seasons of your life that maybe you've been kind of ashamed of or running from, even just in your own mind. Dude, embrace that crap, man, because it's all informing who you are today. And yeah, hopefully you're happy with who you are today. And if you're not happy with who you are today, well, it doesn't have to stay that way. So thank you guys for having that conversation with me.
Yeah, thank you. That was good.
Absolutely.
I was looking forward to sharing that experience with y'all. Do you even pay attention to the news?
No, I was talking about this the other day. I've purposely stayed out of it for a while now because I see how stressful and everybody gets worked up over it. I see my parents who are Fox News parents. I saw, and they just get so, I'll hear my dad talk about it. And he's so consumed about it that for me, I know it's coming. I know I'm going to be there at some point in life. I feel like maybe I won't be, but right now I'm doing everything I can to just stay out of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not that I don't have opinions and that I don't have, I'm not, what's the word? I'm not ignorant to what's going on, in the world. I just choose to not be of the world in that sense, I guess.
Are you one of those Trump
that's
supporters?
Right or wrong. I've never voted. You know that? That's another fun fact. I have never voted.
Hey, man.
And that
we got something in common.
the Never Vote Club. The Never Vote Club. I've never met another never voter.
Do you realize how many people you just pissed off on this podcast?
Probably a lot. I've never voted.
Look, we just lost half the listeners. Right now.
So everybody would always get, my mom and my grandparents, all them, they would say, Evan, it's your right as an American
it's your duty
to go vote. And I would say, you know what else it is? It's my choice as an American to not vote. As an American, I get to choose not to vote.
Yeah.
It's all Elon Musk and everybody running this country anyways. It's all the billionaires.
Yeah.
Meta.
That's pretty cool. We got 2 never voters. Have you voted, Blake?
We got 3 never voters. Cornbread's the only one we're pissing.
Pepe.
You ever voted Pepe?
Bill.
Now, Cornbread is a die-hard voter.
Well, he's old. That's how old people
local,
are.
National.
He gets
I even
the
voted in the
sticker.
Mexican election.
Local, national, school board elections. I'm down there, Mexico, filling out a ballot.
He is a die-hard. Cornbread has the utmost faith in the election integrity and process.
I love that for you.
The day
It served me well every time.
I love that for you.
The day that the polls open, Cornbread is going to be there getting his stickers.
Posting a selfie.
Yeah,
I voted.
I've got a selfie somewhere in my phone of Cornbread voting. So, well, we're going to talk, just get a little report of what's going on in the news today. Now, Corn, you've got local news, right? Chili's not here for national
our
news.
lead investigative reporter, Chili, has sent
on site in Canada.
He sent in his news report from North Canada via text because their internet sucks. This is verbatim from Chili. In national news, we are 190 days until the 24th anniversary of the hijackers flying into the Twin Towers in New York City. That's national news.
Wow.
Wow. How
One-
many days?
190 days.
That's a special number.
Yeah,
It really is.
sure is. Thank you, Chili.
Imagine the flags are at half staff.
10
like
days
they
past
always
the
are.
half.
Yeah.
10 days past the half.
Yeah.
It's big.
That's big news. It really is.
Yeah. So in local news, here just a few days ago, the Georgia House of Representatives passed 2 bills that's going to the state Senate that sort of affect our area. One of the bills being House Bill 225, which is co-sponsored by state representative here in our Murchie, Eddie Loomsden, will prohibit those speed cameras from taking your speed, getting your tag, and giving you a ticket.
No kidding.
Really?
Yeah. But also, the second bill that passed allows the speed cameras to work, but dictates how the money's spent, from where they get it, what time they can do it, and where they can do it at. And ironically, he also supports that bill. So just in case, and also,
How does that even make sense?
a representative
don't
from
vote right
Rome,
there.
a representative from Rome, one from our Murchie, and one from Calhoun, all 3 support both bills.
So you can't have them, but you can.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's one of those, just in case this don't pass, we support this one too, that negates how the money can be collected, where it goes to. So they're doubling down basically. But there's 2 that Rome operates 2 of those cameras. Floyd County operates 1, which is right up here at our Murchie
27.
High School.
Oh yeah,
and-
that one's got me.
They're going to put another one on 140 at the elementary school at the end of spring.
Have y'all got
Huh.
by them cameras?
I've never gotten a
Ticket.
speed one.
I
I've gotten a
haven't.
red light one.
Ann has. She
I've got a
one
red
at
light
10.
one too.
I got a red light one.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
they
I mean-
passed the bill to not put any more up, but they're going to put another one up.
Well, it still has to go through the Senate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Mm.
This just passed through the House of Representatives. Yeah. Both bills passed through the House.
You got one the other day, and they wouldn't let you get your tag, right?
Yeah, they fine you and they say we're not going to let you pay your tag
Till you pay the
renewal
speed
till you pay
ticket.
this
Wow.
tax.
They can do that? That doesn't seem right.
Yeah.
Take
Well,
away you're
punishment.
trying to renew your license or your tag.
I've gotten one of those too, and I've never paid any of it. But
There's a bench warrant for you somewhere, bub.
no, I just got pulled over the other day.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I just got pulled over.
Yeah.
Well, those are all civil.
They're
All
not
of
real
yeah.
tickets.
They're
Yeah.
not criminal.
So what's the
cameras.
idea behind that? I mean, why?
But speed
So you don't have to pay it, or you think
Well,
you will?
Yeah.
You know,
It's not the ticket's not.
it's ran by a third party.
Oh, okay.
Even tolls and
Civilian third
stuff,
party
like
system.
even
Yeah.
tolls are ran. It's all ran by third parties.
I got you.
So there are so many things out there, fees and tickets
Yeah.
and passes, and that people are just under the assumption that they have to pay these things,
yeah,
but you literally don't have to.
yeah.
And people just pay them because they think, oh,
I'm gonna
somebody
get in trouble. I'm gonna-
somebody's gonna come after me.
Yeah.
And even like me, like I probably have tens of thousands of dollars worth of tolls
yeah.
somewhere.
I got to stop paying parking tickets then. This
Yeah,
is
man,
ridiculous.
and like they harass me all the time.
Yeah.
They sending me they send me all these. They used to. I've moved so many times they no longer know where I am. And also, huge tip here for you guys: if you ever get rich like me, don't own anything.
Yeah,
This is what people don't understand. I don't own anything.
yeah,
Nothing.
yeah.
I don't own a single vehicle. I don't own a house. I don't own nothing
Yeah,
except maybe my clothes and stuff. You know what I mean? But
yeah.
my name is on nothing. So they really can't.
Yeah.
They can't figure me out, man.
You own
Yeah.
a lot of digits on a screen.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's true. But
I take that from you,
Yeah.
bub.
well, you know, we're not gonna talk. I've got a good system to get out of that too. But yeah, man, look,
Got it all figured out.
you don't have to pay all this crap, man. People just, dude, they're just stealing your dang money, man. All these fees and tickets and all. No, man, quit paying that crap, man.
You better slow down going by that elementary school here in a few months.
I know the one you're talking about. Yeah, it's
Can
like
you see them? Like pretty obvious? Are they obvious where there's?
Yeah,
Or they try to
you
make
can
them
see them if
discreet?
you really look at them. They don't try
Okay.
to hide them.
Okay.
They'll be like beside a big metal box.
Yeah.
You know what
with
I
a
mean?
solar panel or
I'm
something.
probably gonna
on it.
have
Yeah.
one leaving here.
If you use Waze, it'll tell you speed camera coming.
Oh,
up.
okay.
Yeah.
That's some bull crap, man.
Yeah, I agree.
That and tolls.
And what's up with these other cameras that are all over the roads now?
Oh, I know.
Just on a telephone pole.
Yeah,
just
I know.
the camera pointing down at the road.
They say that they are to like monitor the amount of traffic that's going up and down a roadway.
Yeah.
Like they need to know how much traffic.
I thought they used to do that with the wires across the road.
Yeah.
And you go over glug, glug.
Now it's a camera.
I know they'll do that in high crime areas too, where they'll just have a camera and it's like a public safety camera. They do that. They used to do that in Birmingham. They'd have like near the projects and everything. There'd be just a big, and it's obvious there's one there. It'd have blue lights on it that can turn on like police lights if they need it to, you know?
Yeah, they put one of those big old cameras in the Kroger parking lot.
Yeah.
And they'll have a blue
Permanent.
flash.
Yeah, that's a rough parking lot right there. I've heard.
Things go down in the Kroger.
Yeah, I've heard it used to be
There
rough.
you go.
Yeah. Well,
Enough people get robbed or whatever.
place is turning into China, man.
Literally like Cedar Town over there.
Yeah.
Well, that's good news, Cornbread. I appreciate you telling me about these ticket cameras that I don't pay them anyways.
Well, they're going to get you sooner or later, bub.
You think so?
Oh, yeah.
Well, they've already got it.
I'm gonna tell you what. If and when they lock me up, y'all better make a YouTube video.
Oh man, it'll be
bail bondsman.
Do you know it? You know what though, man? I mean, I ain't gonna do nothing to keep me in there for a long time. They keep me in there for a couple.
I'm saying
days.
you go enough times like I have. I've done about 74 days in county before. And you don't want to go back. So if I had something like that out, I'd have been paid it. They got me right where they want them. The thought, I paid everything. I pay everything early. I get those scam texts that are like, where you owe for a toll bridge that you had. I almost pay that. Dude, I'm like, oh my God, they're going to go get it. I ain't going back to that.
You don't want to go back.
I ain't going back to that.
Because I was going to say it might be a couple-day vacation for me.
It ain't great.
It's pretty rough in there.
It's pretty rough. No county jail, in my experience, has been a good one.
Good night, man.
Worse than prison. See, all the guys in county jail talk about how they're waiting for the prison bus to come get them because they hate county jail so much.
Okay.
So they're ready to go to prison so they can work and smoke cigarettes.
Is it kind of like boot camp? Kind of like
no, it's worse, man. It's like there's nothing to do, and you're just like in a cell, and they'll open the doors and you got general pop. They're all different though.
Mm-hmm.
And the one I was in for a while was 14 could hold 14 guys, 7 bunk racks, 7 racks in one pod, 4 pods per.
Oh man,
bay.
so it's open bay, pretty much.
Yeah, so they open the door. You're closed in at 14 when the doors are closed at night until the morning. And then they open the doors, assuming everyone's being good, and you can go out and play cards and stare at this TV that's way up on the ceiling, or and it's terrible, man.
Oh no! If I ever go to jail, I'm demanding my own cell.
He's gonna tell him this ain't gonna work long for me like this.
That's gonna make it worse for you.
No,
you
man,
don't ask for
hard.
anything, man.
You don't understand, Bubba. I have gold woven into the hems of my garments for if I ever go in there.
Because they let you have your own garments.
I'm going to bribe. I have enough money. I can bribe these.
You got to do it in the socks.
Workers.
It's all got to do it in the socks. They let you keep your socks and your underwear. So that's where the gold needs to be woven into.
Okay.
And then some of them, if you have a white T-shirt on, like an undershirt, they'll let you keep that too. So maybe that's what you need the gold woven into.
You look like that hermit, wizard, homeless dude. The first thing they're going to do is de-lice you, son. They're going to shave you down and spray you down.
No, they shouldn't shave you in county.
He's getting
let me go ahead and tell you. If any jail person wants to shave my beard, it will be the worst decision they ever made in their life. Because I'm going to sue the ever-living crap out of them.
Yeah, that's your livelihood.
Yeah, I will sue every last one
He
of them.
threatens to sue people all the time now.
He was going to
That'd be the right one to sue
this morning.
Yeah. Thinking jail people, all you daggone police, y'all need to quit your jobs. Get out of the place, man. Place needs to go back the way the Wild West, dude. I'm just joking. I like y'all police officers. Some of you. All right. Outstanding. Thank you guys for tuning in. Evan, thank you so much. You guys go follow Evan at Fit to Serve 1 I'll attach a link to his handle in the description of this, both on YouTube and on the audio platform. He's a great guy, man, putting out great content, as you guys know. Go back and listen to his story on episode 278 on the 3 of 7 podcast here. And
got to hit them super chats, bub.
Super chats. I'm going to hit the head real quick while you get them rolling.
Hey, if y'all want a dry bone shirt, you better get one. They're going fast. They about to be gone, bub.
I got Hunter's credit card right here. I might buy something before I give that back. We had Marty Bingham come in, $19.99.
I remember him.
He said, 1, the romancification of Pepe continued. Step 1, get some money. If you're over 21, you should be able to provide food, shelter, and transportation. Under 21, you really shouldn't be doing any serious courting.
There you go. That's right.
Ooh, that's
Pepe likes older
there.
women anyway.
He does, yeah. He always has.
Yeah.
Ever since I've known him. Marty Bingham come back in at $9.99, said, don't be playing. You should not go on a date with anyone you wouldn't consider marrying. If she catches feelings, and cut her loose, because you are playing and it's not fair to her.
That's right.
Is that Marty?
Yep.
Yeah.
I've been wondering where Marty's been.
He's been here every week.
Yeah.
Man.
Well, yeah, I guess I'm the one that's been gone.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, you old geriatric.
He come back in at $4.99, said, take a hard look at her mama. Nuff said on that one.
There you
You
go.
got all that, Hunter?
Advice to Pepe?
Yeah, he just gave him $35 worth of advice.
Good night, man.
Thank you, Marty.
Little Virgil come in at 99 cents with that coin emoji with the
that
star on
coin
it.
one. Yeah, I was telling Evan he was going to do that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. We had Brett Childers coming at $99.99.
Good night, son. 99.
He said, I love you guys. Good to see you this weekend.
Good to see you, Brett.
We had Garrick come in at $49.99.
Good night. That's a lick right there, boy. Thank you, Garrett.
I'll be praying for those taking part in the advanced drop. I hope you all receive everything God has in store for you. Also, don't forget how lucky you are to be doing something epic this weekend. Some of us would do anything to be out there.
I'm going to tell you what, man, the advanced rite of passage, it's going to be interesting to see how this pans out. Nobody, Evan, you're the only person that's not, you're the only person that's not part of the instructor cadre that knows what's about to happen.
Okay, good. Okay.
None of the students,
I was gonna say.
none of the students have
Okay.
any idea.
It's not that bad.
Yeah.
I haven't thought about signing up last minute, no training, but
it's only as hard as we could possibly make it. The advanced drop is.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that a couple of days ago. I was like, you know what? This course is legitimately going to be as hard as we could possibly make it. There's no way we could make it any harder.
Dang.
So we're throwing the whole kitchen sink at these guys. Man.
Yeah.
It's going to be big. Chickadee coming at $19.99. Donna Jean Wild, a 59-year-old grandmother of 12 from Alberta, shattered the Guinness World Record with 1,575 push-ups in 1 hour a few months ago. She also held a plank for 4.5 hours. Give it a goog. Chili, you wrong.
This person comments this
There's
every
no
week.
way. It's true.
How many
though.
push-ups again?
That's what Chili
1,000?
says every week.
In an hour? There's no way.
1,575
That's impossible.
in an hour. She was 59-year-old grandma. She's Corn's age.
I'll tell you what, she's
Grandma,
probably,
12.
I'll tell you
Did you
what.
catch that?
I hope she's dead
12.
now.
I mean,
Grave, dude.
should be after that.
Thank you, Chickadee.
Zach Wagner, $10. Are those Patrick Ewing basketball shoes going up for auction after the dunking all over Marjorie Green?
Quite possibly, but I may decide to keep them. You know, we'll see.
Chris Jolly said, came in at $20, said, Evan, your Instagram is awesome. You have an amazing story. Thank you for sharing what you do and the way you do it. I imagine you have to motivate so many with your content. You and Chad make the perfect team on YouTube.
Awesome. I appreciate that, man. Hopefully y'all like what we created today, both on the YouTube page and on my page. So I appreciate that.
And the last one, Zach Kirshner, $4.99. Good word today.
Appreciate you, Big Zach. I hope you're doing well, man. We miss you around here, but I know you're out doing good things, brother. All right, guys. Well, that's a wrap for today. Lord willing, we'll see y'all next week, and I'm sure, hopefully, we'll have some good news stories for you. Love y'all. Enough said.